Guys, I am back. Now, originally, I was not expecting to be on a hiatus this long. However, life be lifing. So, hopefully now I will be able to get back on a regular schedule. So, sit back and relax. Let's talk about my March wrap-up. So, of course, I had to get my iPad. I'm sorry. I just don't have the same memory that I might have had before. So, I read 18 books in the month of March. I would say overall it was okay. I had some good ones, some okay ones, and some duds. But overall, I really did enjoy what I read in March. So let's just quickly go over each book. So of course, starting off with Rebel Witch, the duology, the finale to the Crimson Moth series. You guys, it was still good. Did I love it as much as the first one? No, the first one was like it for me. The second one was a nice, I guess, closure, but it was okay. It was cute. She was cute. Okay, next one's The Shots You Take. Okay, I hate second chance romance. I don't like it. If it didn't work the first time, stop trying to come back around. I'm a hater though, because a lot of people love second chance romance, not me. Now, you're probably thinking, well then why the heck did you pick this book up? I got an arc of it. So I was trying to wrap up a lot of the arcs. A lot of books in my March wrap up were like, a ton of them were arcs. But I did end up loving it. And to start off, it's two men, they're retired hockey players, they're in their 40s, so it felt a lot more mature, and the reason for them breaking apart was actually valid. So I really liked that, and I felt like it was an actual story, like them not communicating made sense. I think I'm getting to the point now when I try and read the college romance, and don't get me wrong, girlies, we love the college romance, but they will literally break up because O-Girl will see him walking up the corner with a girl and automatically assume that he's cheating and come to find out it's his sister or his lab partner. You know, at least in this one, it was a really great reason for why they didn't communicate, and then them trying to navigate that. It was giving real, and it was such a good way to talk about grief as well, because it opens up talking about the death of a parent. So I actually did end up enjoying that one. The next one, The Love Simulation. Let's give Etta her 10s. That was a fun read, you guys. I don't know, like I am not a science girly, but it was so cute. Like they're in a Mars simulation, and they're kind of like enemies. Like they work at the same school, and his dad's the principal, and she kind of gets into it with his dad, and he's kind of standoffish. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was so cute. So yes, that was a good read. The next one, okay, I actually went back and decided, why don't I read the series of Unfortunate Events? I loved that series as a kid. I saw the movie. I think I even saw the TV show. But rereading it as an adult, it doesn't quite hit the same. I actually didn't even rate this one. I think that sometimes certain books from our childhood, let's just keep it in the childhood. You know, bringing it out, taking those blinders off. I'm the whole time sitting here thinking, why is a grown man trying to marry a 13-year-old? Like, this is nasty. Now, granted, for those of you that don't know what this is about, their parents die and they're orphans, and they get placed in the care of their, I think he's like their great uncle. But really he wants to steal their money because like their parents left them a fortune, but the oldest has to turn 18 before they can get anything. So basically every book is him trying to come up with some new plot or plan to make that happen. But now looking back as an adult, I'm like, did we have to make it where he even attempted to have her marry him? Like, I don't know, it's kind of gross, but I digress. Okay, the next one was just a little palette cleanser. It literally was less than 30 pages. It was called Test Town. So it's like literally these kids, like a brother, sister, and their friends decide to stop in this ghost town, but it's known for having like, what do you call it? Like, I don't want to say puppets, but like mannequins all over the town, and people have like put them in different like spots. And at first they're like, oh, this is so cool. But then they start to get creeped out because they realize like, wait a minute, did that mannequin just move? So that was like just very quick palette cleanser for me. Next one I read was Killer Potential. Let me just say this. It had potential, and I'll leave it at that. Okay. Next was Pen Pal. Now, I wanted to love this. So many girlies were talking about this book. I was seeing it everywhere, so I was like, let me see what's it about. I was into it, but I mean, honestly, the twist, awful, terrible, 0 out of 10. It really took away from what the rest of the story was building towards, and I was like, this is the big reveal. So I won't say anything else beyond that. If you like it, love that for you girlies. We all like what we like, but I just didn't think it was that great. Okay, Next one I am excited for. I read the last book in the trilogy of Edge of Darkness trilogy by Leah Rivers. So to see that all wrap up, that was a tough read. It was so good. I even cried a little bit reading it, which I don't usually really cry with books, but it was just so exciting and fun. So I like Leah Rivers. If you are someone that enjoys dark romance, like definitely check her out. I thought that trilogy was chef's kiss. Okay, next one was another arc I got. So Promise Me Sunshine. I'm sure you all have been seeing that everywhere. I did enjoy this one. It was pretty grief heavy because it is a romance, but it's pretty grief heavy. I think what took it away from me is the main female character is like a child. Like, I understand that you're dealing with grief, but why are you behaving like a wild animal? Like, I don't know. Like, she was just like, I don't know. It just like threw me off, and I'm like, how old is this girl supposed to be? Like, I had to like flip back to be like, how old is she? Because she's definitely not acting like she's someone in her late 20s, early 30s, whatever age she was. So it was cute though. I overall maybe I'd give it 3.5 to 4 stars, so not terrible. Okay, my most anticipated read of March for all those little millennial girlies. I know we're old now, but we were the ones that were the original fans of the Hunger Games. And now we have been blessed with Suzanne giving us Sunrise on the Reaping, aka Haymitch's story, the 50th games. The way that everything became full circle, 5 stars, 5 stars, 10 stars, amazing. I have nothing, like, my mind, she did her big one with that. And I will be sat at the movie theater come November 2026. If anything, I'll be sat now waiting. I cannot wait. I've already been looking at all the little edits that people are doing, like who are they going to cast? I actually hope that they cast unknown actors or maybe not well-known actors. I'm tired of seeing the same 5 actors and actresses in all the movies. Enough. There's got to be more. But anyway, bravo. That was actually a book from middle school that now, again, another book came out from it, another prequel. Amazing. Okay, next one I read was Darling Girls. Surprisingly, I am also trying to read a lot of the books on my Art of Arc and or Book of the Month subscription, which I'm trying to get through them and I'm like going as fast as I can. But Darling Girls, I enjoyed that. Like, I should have picked that up when it came out last year. It was just sitting on my shelf collecting dust. So I'm like, oh my gosh, that was a really good one. Another arc I got was 3 Little Lies. Let me tell you, the one lie is that this book was good. It was not. I'm sorry to say, it was not. It had potential, and then the way that it developed, I wasn't feeling it. So if you liked it, you like it. I love that for you. Not for me though. Okay, next one was Penance. I honestly thought this was a completely different story. So when I started reading it, I'm like, where is this going? And then I had to go back and look at the synopsis, and I was like, oh, I enjoyed this. It was definitely like a slower build up, and I liked I enjoy flashbacks and different POVs. But I guess I was left wanting to know why. But I think that's a good way to make everybody, I guess, come to their own conclusion. So overall, decent. All right, the next one I read, actually the girlies were telling me about this one for the fans. I hate to admit it, loved it. Like, I mean, is it like the most amazing piece of literary? No. However, was it fun to read? Yeah, I really did enjoy that one. I must admit. All right, next one, another arc I got, Witness 8. I'm disappointed in this one. I love this author, Steve Kavanaugh, but this was not it. It was boring. There was way too many characters that honestly had nothing to do with the story, and the way that it tried to wrap up, it was terrible. It was corny. So I am disappointed. However, that does not mean I won't keep reading this author's books, because again, I do think he's great. I just think that this one, especially after he just came out with Kill For Me, Kill For You, maybe this one should have been left in the drafts. Maybe a few more characters could have been edited out. It was just very long. I found myself waiting for it to be over. So that was a little disappointing. All right, the next arc I got, and again, sorry guys, I did get a lot of arcs this month, Just Our Luck. That was so much fun. Okay, at first I was like, oh, she's annoying. Again, maybe I'm just a hater. She was annoying. She was immature. But as the story developed and we figured out why, I was shook. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. I love books that talk about mental health overall, so I think this was done really well. Okay, the next book I read, another one of my book of the month, was Count My Lies. This started off really good, but I thought to myself, why does this story sound so familiar? And I feel like it's like a mixture of the housemaid and the other Mrs. Parrish or something. Like it reminded me a little bit of those books, not completely, but a little bit. And then the twist, I was just like, okay, this doesn't even make no sense. So again, And then the last book, oh no, I think that was my last one because the next one goes into April. Okay, so who was the winner of March? Who did I love the most? I would have to say Sunrise on the Reaping. She did her big one with that. And then lastly, before I go, let's talk about, because now we're in quarter 2, yay! But let's talk about my quarter 1 wrap up. Like, I think in total for quarter 1, I did 41 books, which again is, I shouldn't even say that because who cares how many books you read. I'm just excited because I love reading, and I'm like, I wish that we had more hours in the day to be able to read as many books as possible, because there's so many good ones that I'm like, I can't even get to this one. Like, or oh, I missed this one. I should have got to it sooner. So what was my quarter 1 loves? Let's start off with the favorites. Oh my God. I loved Lane Fargo's last book, They Never Learn, which was completely different. It was about like a woman basically getting rid of bad men. And this was a complete 180 from that. And I was like, this is great. So I don't want to go into crazy detail, but if you've read the favorites, tell me what you think. It's really, really great. It reminded me, honestly, it was like a Tanya Harding almost type of story. Like I can imagine myself watching this in the movie theaters. It was really well done. Second love of quarter 1 was definitely Heartless Hunter. That was amazing. I do not read a lot of romantasy. I am trying to get more into romantasy. I don't read a ton of it, but that was well done. If you're someone that's trying to like, I think, dip your toe in it, this is a good one. Again, it's a duology. It's not like crazy trying to remember all the world building. It's very well done. It's very simple to follow along. I really enjoyed that. What was the other book I loved? Oh, I loved, I have to double check. Obviously, I loved Sunrise on the Reaping. And then I really loved Just Our Luck. Surprisingly, at first I was like, I really ended up loving that one. So overall, I think my quarter 1, it wasn't too bad. I probably should have checked to see what my average rating was, but overall it was pretty decent, but I'm definitely excited for quarter 2. It's spring, it's nice weather, getting to, read outside and just walk outside, listen to your audiobooks. Like, I'm so excited. Like, thank God winter is over. Thank God. So, yes. Now, really quickly, let's also talk about the quarter 1 duds. Starting off, The Crash. Now, I think this is it for me and Frida. I have been there for majority of her books. I'm done. I give this 2 stars. It was so bad. I couldn't believe it. And and here's the thing. I really want authors to stop trying to release 3 to 4 books a year. And why don't we get back in the booth and actually make a story that's worth reading? Like the editing, like it's just like, why are these books 400, 500 pages? What are we talking about? And then it's just not even good. It's garbage. So I'm sorry. I've read a lot of Frida. I think she's a fun author to read. And I'm not saying you shouldn't read her, but I was so disappointed in this one that I was like, I'm done. Like, come back to me when you got something real going on. Because whatever she's got going on right now, I personally don't like it. So that was definitely like, I did not like that one. Famous Last Words. Another dud. That was terrible. And I read a lot of thrillers. I did not like that one. I thought it was terrible. Also, Beautiful Ugly was so bad. I think I gave it 1 star, maybe 2. What was even the point? Like, another one, just terrible. I'm sorry. I probably should try to explain this better, but I don't want to explain and like cause spoilers for people. But if you've read any of those, please let me know your thoughts. Like, am I just a hater? I don't think so. I just think, again, people need to maybe revise some things before we just throw everything out there. Okay, and then I did read some new authors. So new to me was Nick Brooks. I read Promise Boys. Kiana Harris was new. I read Mainline Mama. Let me see. Kat Dunn. I read Hungerstone. So if you've read Hungerstone, let me know. That was another fun read. I actually had a lot of new authors overall. So yeah, that's it for my March wrap up / quarter 1. Love which ones I love, which ones I thought were duds. But yeah, I definitely promise I will be back with more consistent content. Things have been crazy. I actually have big things in the works for the month of April, so I'm excited. But thanks so much for joining me. Bye.